Yeah, so I've just been thinking about the 3 days, and I'm still kind of wondering what happened, really, how it happened. For some reason, I was pretty worried about it all before starting, but there just seemed so many unknowns, and it was a bit hard to know how to prepare, who the people were, how the group might feel. And I also think I had a bit of a fear that all the different skill bases might mean that there'd always be somebody somewhere not happy or not getting something out of the whole thing. So the thing seemed to me to have the thrust of the fact that the artists were there to identify collaborative partners across disciplines for the future. So, it also felt pointless for me to have sort of led the whole thing like a workshop where I'm in charge and am kind of trying to express my own taste. But anyway, somehow we evolved a kind of method of working that was at once free, but had some rules, even though they were quite slight.
We believe in...
I think then in the end, I think we actually struck a really nice balance. Just practically the first day was pretty much in 2 groups, one in the morning, one in the afternoon. They went off with pretty little kind of instruction apart from I think I gave them the idea of manifestos and dreams as a kind of titling. But apart from that, there was very little else for them to go on. The second day was just 2 separate groups, but, one group working together for the whole day. So they spent the whole day with each other, and that seemed really productive in really different ways. And then the third day, we followed up on something that Christian had wanted to do, which was, he was talking about wanting to do quite quick fire tasks and making stuff very quickly. So I just tried to come up with a format where they were kind of making things, going away, making them in 10 minutes, coming back, responding to them through a performed response, going away, making that, coming back, merging those 2 things.
So we've been here 2.5 days. I've met 11 fantastic individuals, and I think I've really built relationships with them all, and there's so much potential now to work with them in the future, and we're constantly coming up with ideas and projects that could happen in the future, or even if nothing happens immediately, there are people who in future projects I could call upon.
Basically it's just been a time for us just to explore ideas and without an outcome as the priority. It's just a case of this is what's on my mind, and I'd like to get it out, and I'd like to share it with a bunch of people and see how they react to it and what they can come up with around that. And we've been interacting in that way for the last couple of days, and it's just been great. Some amazing materials come out of it, and what's been great about it is I felt like no one's felt precious about what they're doing, and we've made something. It's been of the time, and then we've just let it go.
The last couple of days especially have been brilliant because I feel like we've all been able to push our own ideas actually and really follow them through. So collaboration is one thing, but we've actually been able to create pieces and follow our visions and spark off each other, and everyone works really, really fast, and that's what I've enjoyed most, the speed at which everybody's worked.
There's such a mix of people, and we've just been so open about exploring ideas and each other's ideas, and I think I've really tried stuff out as well, and taken risks.
I think when you artists get together and collaborate on things like this, there is a tendency to do very abstract work, and that's great, but I'd like to take some of those abstract ideas and put them into more of a narrative, something with a structured beginning, middle and end. So I'm really interested in pursuing the ideas of storytelling within the group that I'm working with now.
We had time to really look at each of the sets of skills and what we brought to it, and it really highlighted the sets of skills that we had. I mean, for me, as an actor, it made me think about what I bring to any collaboration, and the worth and and the motivation of the artists that are from another school as well. So it was just really eye-opening, and I've met some great people and who I want to work with again.
It's a real luxury to have this, because normally if you're working on a show, you get a commission, whatever, you know, you're working to strict deadlines. There's a prescribed agenda as to what it is you've got to produce, and to be able to just go into a space and not have any idea of what you're going to produce is just brilliant.
I just think what's great about it is that you can put your idea down on the page, and then giving it to somebody else, it just leaps off the page and becomes something else completely.
And yeah, it's generally given me a sense of what I'm about as well.
It's just a really good opportunity for us all to learn from each other, really, because we've all come from different fields in the art.
I think it was incredibly valuable. If it was a workshop I had to pay for, then it would be really expensive.
But you know, it's just, where do we go from here? And you know, it'd be really nice to have a discussion about that at some point, just to sort of like say, right, you know.
But I have to say, it was one of those experiences. I mean, I wasn't expecting it, so maybe that's why it sort of took me by surprise and seemed to be leading me more than I was leading it, to be honest. I have to say, there was no doubting the amount of, as I say, the really fertile ground and the amount of energy going on, and one can only hope it gets the leg up it deserves. That's, of course, the anxiety now, is how this stuff turns into something. But it felt like a real privilege to me to be part of it. So, that's probably my last word for the moment on it all.